What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in for an introduction to the Hammer of Proving and the Battlegrounds activity in Season of the Chosen. So, in this one, let's take an initial look at the new Chalice style system for Season 13, how we actually use the Hammer of Proving and the War Table, which are our two kind of new vendors for this season content, as well as how some of the upgrades and currencies work, and how all of that links to gameplay and rewards in the new mode. So guys, as always, I hope this video is useful, and if you don't want to miss out on any of the new content this week, then be sure to get subscribed to the channel. But, of course, Battlegrounds itself is the new activity mode that we've got for Season of the Chosen. We'll speak a little bit about how this works in a moment, but in terms of the rewards and the kind of loot system for this, turns out the Prismatic Recaster is a pretty significant part of it. So, of course, we can unlock and focus particular engrams within the helm in the tower. Of course, once an Umbral engram is earned, we can focus it to get better chances at a specific type of drop, or indeed a very specific drop itself, and then take it to the decoder and actually turn that engram in. But to unlock new seasonal rewards reliably, the Hammer of Proving and War Table come into play, in addition to the Recaster. And rewards will drop in the Battleground mode itself, but the loot system allows us to target rewards more specifically. So first we have the Hammer of Proving, and this is what we use to gain hammer charges. So for many of the Umbral engrams that we want to focus at the Recaster at the helm, when targeting higher quality Umbral engrams, like unlocking the arms or a specific weapon, it is going to require between 1 and 3 charges to actually be available on the hammer. And so to charge the hammer, we need to spend Cabal Gold to socket a challenger mod. And Cabal Gold is earned in playlist activities, dungeons, or public events. Personally, I've been running strikes and these drop 14 per run, but you can get 8 dropped per run in PvP matches, and Mayhem is up this week, so that could be a pretty good option. And every time you spend gold to socket a challenger medallion, it'll allow you to strike the hammer at the end of the Battlegrounds mode, and that unlocks season loot. But also adds a charge to the Hammer of Proving, which can then be spent to focus certain types of engram at the Recaster. And again, not every engram will require hammer charges, but the ones that grant very specific items tend to. And so that is the basic loop and the relationship between the hammer and the Prismatic Recaster, but we can also do a series of upgrades on the Recaster and the War Table to get extra reward tiers and benefits. So if we look at the War Table, there are a bunch of different enhancements, and these work very much like the Varix upgrades that we had in Beyond Light. Looking through, we get bonuses that can grant extra Cabal Gold, more Umbral engram drops, increase the amount of currency that we can hold, or how many charges we can hold, and a bunch of other things. And to get these upgrades, we actually need to complete seasonal challenges. So if you go to the Season Challenge tab, this week, the first 3 challenges offer War Table reputation. And from looking at the description on the table, it does appear that this is how we'll make the various upgrades. So it also appears like we're going to be somewhat time limited to a certain number of reputation ranks each week. And every week, a new week of challenges will actually appear in the Season Challenge tab. And we can see at the main War Table screen, certain mods and cosmetic items which unlock at different ranks. So the War Table upgrades basically make life easier and more rewarding in terms of how much stuff will drop via the hammer and the Recaster. But you'll notice that the Prismatic Recaster also has various unlockable tiers for focusing engrams. So when we take a look, a bunch of the engram tier options are actually made available by completing kind of mini weapon challenges and things like that. Things like making so many sniper kills, for example. Each one of these is going to unlock a different focusing tier and specific option to target a certain loot drop or certain stat rolls and things like that. And so there is quite a bit of grind, and this is basically how the reward system for the season content's going to work. And of course, the bespoke rewards to the Umbral engrams right here will be the season armor set. Of course, these will drop via the season pass, but going after specific roles and stuff like that, a lot of it will come down to the Prismatic Recaster. Then in terms of the specific weapons, we've got things like the Extraordinary Rendition and Aggressive Frame SMG. This one goes in the kinetic slot, but also things like the Imperial Needle, a lightweight frame energy bow, the Far Future, which is a new adaptive frame energy sniper, but then the Code Duello, and this is a high impact frame rocket launcher. So potentially interesting rolls on those, and also the season pass weapons are featured in this, as well as a bunch of other kind of world loot. So not only do we have the unique rewards, but other kind of world rewards as well. I will have a separate video on loot tables, new weapons and perk rolls and things like that soon. But in terms of Battleground mechanics, they're pretty basic. In the first area, we need to clear champions, of which there are 3, before we're able to progress. The second area, champions which spawn in the center will drop bombs, and these need to be used to destroy 3 terminals, after which a boss phase will come up, and once again, champions will spawn periodically. And these will shield the boss until they're taken down, but also you get things like the orange boss bubbles that can be destroyed by taking out destructibles in the center. And that is really the basic explanation of the Battlegrounds mode itself. But if you want to check out a bit of extra gameplay of Battlegrounds, I will run some out at the end of the video right here. And for today, guys, that is the basic overview of Battlegrounds, the Hammer of Proving, Prismatic Recaster, and the war table. Lots of different kind of systems going on and interacting with each other right there. So give us your thoughts about it for now, but I'm going to jump back in and carry on getting my head around this new content. If you guys have found the video useful, a rating below really does help us out on the channel, but also feel free to get subscribed if you want to be kept up to date. And for now, I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you all very soon.
Might be a strange question, but why a tank on Nessus?
Because the Cabal ain't met a problem that can't be solved by brute force.
You seem to have a familiarity with their, tactical prowess.